8th class, yes students, chapter 4th history, question answer. अदर एक्टिविटीज़ लास्ट वीडियो में हो गई थी, केवल आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस ये रह गए थे। तो इसका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट वर द रीजन फॉर ए नंबर ऑफ ट्राइबल रिवॉल्ट्स टू ब्रेक आउट, नेम सम ऑफ देम। इसका आंसर होगा जमींदार्स, पुलिस, रेवेन्यू and courts exercised a combined system of extortion, oppressive exactions, forcibly dispossession of property, abuse and personal violence, and a variety of petty tyrannies. Tribal revolts, Santhal rebellion, Kol rebellions, Munda rebellion, Bastar rebellion, and Barley revolt. Finish. First question. Second question, why were the tribal revolts with the British unequal confrontations? 1800, इसका सेकंड का आंसर है 1819 द ट्राइबल्स ऑफ नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया revolted against the British under leadership of Tikendra Ji Singh. 1892 the Lucy people revolted against the British repeatedly. 1895 the famous revolt by the Munda tribal community under leadership of Birsa Munda. 1911 the uprising of the tribal people of Bastar. Finish. Question third, what accounts for the anger of the tribals against the Dikus? क्वेश्चन थर्ड का आंसर है, द फॉरेस्ट लॉ इंट्रोड्यूस बाय द ब्रिटिशर्स वाज द मेन रीजन ऑफ द एंगर ऑफ द ट्राइबल्स. द ट्राइबल्स wanted to drive out the Dikus. Missionaries, moneylenders, Hindu landlords, and the government, because they saw them as the cause of their misery. So they disobeyed these new forest law rules and continue with the practice that were declared illegal and at time rose in open. Rebellion. Following facts accounts for their anger toward the Dikus. First, the land practice of the British were destroying their traditional way of cultivating crops. Second, landlords and moneylenders were taking over their lands. Third, missionaries were criticizing their traditional culture. Question 4. Question 4. What accounts for the what was Birsa's vision of a golden age? Why do you think such a vision appealed to the people of the region? क्वेश्चन 4 का आंसर है बिरसा मुंडा's vision of a golden age was a staying an age of truth in which the tribal people would live a good life, constructed embankment, tape, natural spring plant, trees and orchards, and practice cultivation to earn for their livelihood. He talked about an age in which tribals would live in honest life and would not kill their relatives and brothers. Birsa also wanted people to once again work on their land, settle down and cultivate their fields. Such a vision appealed to the people of the region because they were very much eager to lead a free life. They had got fed up with the laws made on forests and restrictions made by Britishers. Question 5th. What problems did shifting cultivators face under British rule? Question 5th का आंसर है for administrative and economic reasons the British government tried settling the zoom or shifting cultivators. However, settled plough cultivation did not prove to be helpful to these zoom cultivators. They often suffered because their fields did not produce good yields. The new forest laws also affected the lives of the shifting cultivators. Shifting cultivation is usually done on small patches of forest land. Under the forest laws, the British extended their control over all forest and declared that forests were state property. Forests were state property, thus the zoom cultivators were prevented from practicing zoom cultivation freely. Many were forced to move to other areas in search of work and livelihood. Question 7th. Question 6. How did the powers of tribal chief change under control colonial rule. 6. The tribal chief were important people. They enjoy a certain amount of economic power and had the right to administer and control their territories under the British rule. The function and powers of these tribal chiefs changed to a great extent. First, they were allowed to keep their land titles over a cluster of villages and rent out lands, but they lost much of their administrative power and were forced to follow laws made by British officials in India. Second, they had to pay tribute to the British and discipline the tribal groups on behalf of the British. Third, they lost the authority they had earlier enjoyed amongst their people and were unable to fulfill their traditional functions. Question 7. In which two places a large number were recruited to work in the 19th century? From seventh concept, from the 19th century, tea plantations started coming up and mining became an important industry. Tribals were recruited in large numbers to work the tea plantations of Assam, and the tribals were recruited in large numbers to work the tea plantations of Assam and the coal mines of Jharkhand. They were recruited through contractors who paid them miserably low wages and prevented them from returning. Who paid them miserably low wages and prevented them from returning home. Finish. क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट हो गए चैप्टर 4 में.